I've seen these on TV before. So for Western Australians, I suppose, yeah, this would probably be their equivalent to Fraser Island, but yeah, don't compare it to Fraser Island because it's not. A bit windy today, just a relaxed day. Doing a little bit of light maintenance, greased up the trick, shackles, propeller shaft, steering linkages. 2 issues yesterday. I mean, that popped out. There's just one screw, put that back in. Yesterday was the first time I heard the front wheel scrub out. Just there and there. Went for a walk out here before. It's low tide, it's coming in at the moment. Water wasn't too bad. Some little booties, like snorkeling booty stuff. Cockles, I think they are. Bait. I think they're edible as well, but I use them as bait around the side there, and the fish were so small I didn't even fill them. I did catch one little fish, probably, I don't know, 3-4 inches long. It's in the freezer because the hook went right down its gills. It's going to become bait itself. Put up a few more strings today. The old awning just under the fiberglass poles that's flexing around and making lots of noise, and I rerouted the solar panel wiring down the right hand side across the bed back down. It's a lot quieter now. I'll make it a better night's sleep. Just heading up the water for shower. Showing you the Rain Man water shower already, so I'm not going to show you that again. Just here we are in the wind. Found this little spot. Cool. Just to boil some water. Got the tinny off today. Some of the roof mounting bolts were a little bit loose, so I've tightened them all up. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll get the tinny out. Go for a scooter out here somewhere. Have a look around. What do you want to pick up? Some squid. Following that, I suppose some more whiting will do. Yeah, the little tinny. A little bit rough for this size boat. We're off camped back that way. Wind's changed direction too. Pain in the arse. It's a little island over there. I wanted to get to it, but I think it's probably going to be just too messy for us. Still back. Let's go out here a little bit, and I think we'll do a drift and see what happens.
So I came down here yesterday as well, and like today there's a whole heap of seabirds. Some on the rocks here and some down on that little sandy spit. They're not seagulls. Actually there's some little teeny ones down there too. Maybe they'll take off in a minute. Sure if you can see it there, but there's probably about 20 or 30 sharks in there, a little bit bigger.
It's approaching low tide at the moment. Time to go do some hunting gathering. Put on the little boat shoeies. Grab a bucket. One. So you can see I'm not really looking for too much. It's not a seashell, it's moving. Got a little critter in it. There's another cockle here. Look at that. That's a good sized one. Don't know what that bird's up to. Oh, it's got a crab. That's what it is. See how it fares. Let it do its thing. Take some video of it. to say at the moment the crab's losing. It's on shore. It's upside down now. The bird's strong enough to bust its claws off. Yeah, I reckon the bird's 1, crab 0. Now, I've seen these on TV before. They're cone fish or something. I don't know. Let's put the bucket in here. Do some more discovery about that. I think they're edible as well. I've seen a few of those. They look like baby clams from the top, but obviously they're not. I think we've done alright. There's plenty in there. And you see I really haven't come too far from the campsite. I think that bird's finished up with the crab too. Good haul. If you know what this is, let me know. I reckon it's a cone fish, but that's just a punt by me. For those of you who want to know, here's their mobile coverage here. There is actually a good spread in the places that we've been on this trip of 3G and 4G. Obviously we have the Selfie mobile phone booster too, but whilst I've been over here it's just been switched to 4G, but there is some 3G stuff here. Over at the homestead camping area there's 4G. It's not a very strong signal, but it's enough to do a little bit of social stuff. Just going up to the sign that comes into here when you travel north from the homestead. There's a sign in Notch Point. Then when you come down this way, about 4 or so k's, another sign that says beach or Notch Point. Notch Point is another kilometre up to the left. We've come down to the beach, so we lost the mudguard. Up around here there's, well there was yesterday, 3G coverage. Without a word of a lie, there's Notch Point, 1 kilometre, beach. You're probably just down distance. Don't know if you'll see this on the phone. 1 to 2 bars of 3G here. Depends how hard. Oh, look at that, just got a message from Will. Anyhow, this is an overview of where we are in the bay here. Beach at Notch Point. Not really Notch Point proper. It's, as I say, it's down there to the right. There's a little bit of a small climb or descent into and climb out of Notch Point. I had to give it on the Land Cruiser a few berries yesterday, so we went down there and had a look just to come out. Now my thoughts on Dirk Hartog and Fraser Island comparisons, and I know Western Australians do this. I don't know why. Maybe they haven't been to Fraser Island, or if they have, maybe they've forgotten what it's like. Fraser Island's a sand island, we all know that. Largest sand island in the world, has inland lakes, springs. This place is a rock. It's got a couple of dunes, yeah, for sure. It's got some beach access and egress points where there's sand, for sure. There's some beach driving, for sure. It doesn't have rainforests. My view, I've been living in Queensland for a while now. I think Fraser Island smacks it, really, as far as diversity. This place, well, it smacks Fraser Island for remoteness, for fishing. And what really grabs me about this is no more than 24 wheel drive vehicles on the island at any one time, and the island's, you know, 80 odd kilometres long, so it gives you some privacy. So for Western Australians, I suppose, yeah, this would probably be their equivalent to Fraser Island, but yeah, don't compare it to Fraser Island because it's not. It should stand up in its own stead. It's a beautiful island, It's just not Fraser Island. I'll have 4G tomorrow, so a little bit of research about that and see whatever it is, if it's a cone fish, what the edible qualities are. If it's not, then I'll put it back in the sand and the water. Point of curiosity, I suppose. Some people might say, what do you do for your domestics? Dirk Hartog Island, they say, holes 500 mils deep. It isn't too hard in this sort of environment, but if you go up there in the rock and stuff, it's pretty horrible. You recall I pulled something like this out of sand around at Notch Point. I've kept it. Done a little bit more research. It's not a razor fish or anything like that. Best I can find is it's commonly known as a pen shell, related to clams and mussels and stuff. Here's one I had. It has a like a meat mussel there, which I've harvested. Apparently the rest of it's edible. Not that it looks very appealing. Sometimes, rarely, they can grow pearls. This one doesn't have one. The research I've found suggests that the meat is similar in texture perhaps to scallop, but taste similar to scallop or lobster. Now, as I say, I've harvested it, and apparently you can eat it raw or cook it like a scallop. So I'll give it a crack. It's in the fridge. Steep point over there. Just coming over some dunes. A place called Blowholes. So you can get in here and have a look. Couple of signs. Pretty rugged country. Looks like people have been driving up these dunes as well. Just up above Eco Beach Resort, Eco Resort. Anthony's Liquor, apparently. Back at Cape Ransonet. Last morning on Dirk Hartog Island. Came down here yesterday, did a little bit of fishing, got 6 stomper whiting. Saw them. Barge coming across now. We're not scheduled to go until 9 o'clock, but there's nobody else waiting around. Doesn't appear to be anyone. So there's a car over here. The bloke's up on the headland looking. So if the barge skipper will take us, we'll go across early. So the procedure here is a running on. He backs up a little bit, probably because of the weight and stuff, but drive on forwards, as you can see, and reverse off. The boss has just gone up there to have another chat to him. She chatted to him when we came across as well. Also let him know that we were the 9 o'clock booking. Just at this point here, the darker blue water comes pretty close to the shore, and that's where I was catching whiting. And there was actually some big schools of larger fish lurking around out there as well. But it was pretty windy yesterday. In fact, it's been pretty windy the last 4 or 5 days. You can see it's a bit choppy out here at the moment. It's Dirk Hartog Island, worth a visit. Yes, absolutely, come over. Expect a lot of corrugations though. Don't expect to travel more than 40 kilometres an hour in the best parts, and 15 to 20 kilometres an hour in the worst, and you certainly do need to air down a fair bit. Beautiful island, nice beaches.